Well, hello. You join me in very sunny Greece. I'm boiling hot. But there's a cool breeze and that's what's helping. Now we're here at the ancient site of Olympia. Now this is where the Olympics were born. This is where the Olympics were started by the ancient Greeks a very long time ago. And every year they light the flame here and they carry it to the modern town or city that is putting on the Olympic Games, or I should say country. So let's go and have a look, and this is so exciting. This is something out the history books. When I was a kid I got a book on Medusa and I absolutely love the ancient Greeks, so to be here in ancient Greece is fantastic. Well, it's modern day Greece. Anyway, let's go and have a look. Cannot wait any longer. Let's roll. Well, here we are, ancient site of Olympia, and this is the gymnasium. So this is where they would have practiced for the javelin and foot races. So this is basically the gym. It's not, I don't go there, but this is the gym. And yeah, these are the old columns hanging around. It's a whopper. And it's sunny. So here's the chapel. This is the rounded bit at the end. There's a wall. And I've got to say, it's peaceful. And here we are inside what was, towards the end, a chapel in the 5th BC. I love the idea that the last person to take a chisel to that was an ancient Greek. It's fantastic. And look, there's so much little detail everywhere. Little sort of fillers on there. But the big bits as well, like this chunk. Look at that. That was done by an ancient Greek. I find it so fascinating. Of course, you can't spend all day looking at it. That was done by an ancient Greek. That is fascinating stuff. And here we are. I've definitely forgot the name of this place, but essentially this ginormous square with all its columns, here's a photo. Well, here's an idea of what it looked like. This was made to house the officials when they came to visit the Olympic Games. So this is made to house the officials. It was columns all the way, let me show you. It was columns all the way, oh hang on, let's try and figure out how to point. All the way along here. And this was where all the visiting officials would live. And in the centre was a courtyard. They converted the centre from a courtyard to a swimming pool. I wish they'd left it there because I'd love a dip right now, but anyway, they haven't done that. What a shame, all the water's gone out of it. But they did convert the centre to a swimming pool, and that was known. Obviously not time. Here we are in the stadium. This is where a lot of the running happened, and it's ginormous to say the least. It's huge. It's quite hard to give you an idea of the scale of it, but if you see this one guy here, it's massive. Obviously I'm not going to run in it. I'm out of breath just from walking through it, but I've decided to take the jacket off. I don't know why I was wearing it. It's much better without it. I just sort of carry it like a really awkward handbag. Anyway, here we are. This is the actual running stadium of the Olympics. This is the original site of the Olympics, and it's so cool. Temperature-wise, it's not cool, but the rest of it's cool. And here we go, the slowest race in the world. Girl number 1 is en route. Oh, she stopped and turned. Why she turned? Come on. Come on, contestant number 2. Come on, contestant number 2. You're going to pass her. You've passed her, right? They are neck and neck now, and they are continuing the long race. We've already got a returner coming back towards us. But no. All being serious, I think it's just as amazing as anything else to imagine that this was once packed full of people cheering, shouting, and the Olympic Games started and here. This would have been the running, maybe the discus as well. And look at it. This is where they would have done javelin, running, and I don't know, whatever else, sports. But it's just amazing to believe that this is where it all started. And just behind me, you can see the ancient temple of Zeus as well. So that was a temple built to remember him, and it's destroyed in an earthquake. But again, there's so much packed into this place. It's brilliant. And we got some music as well. Right, let's continue walking. This place is outstanding. I can see why it's a World Heritage Site. It is brilliant. Here we go. We are here at the site where the Olympic flame is lit. Now, I don't know what I was imagining. I sort of imagined there'd be a little flame coming out the ground, but there's not. It's just a sacred thing. And it was here in 1936 that they established the idea that they'd light the flame here and it would be significant. Now, of course, the Olympic Games did on to have a bit of a weird sponsor for a small while, and then it got back to normal. But there we go. So this is the site. This is the actual bit where they light the Olympic flame. So cool. And now I can say I've been here. Brilliant. Let's get a quick snap of this. Now, the ancient YouTuber Helmet Head, also known as Helmet Hedius, he actually inspired the Greeks to build some of their bodies. And look at the size of this torso. This is measured and built on Alan. Of course, they made it slightly better, but according to Alan, they wouldn't have changed a thing. But actually, fun fact, this was made on Helmet Head. He came to Greece in ancient times and they sculpted this bad boy on him. But look at the size of it. I'll just show you. Is my head and a tit? 2 tits, hang on, 3 tits. It's a man, so 3 pectorals here. Massive. But look at the detail in this bad boy. This is solid marble. This is incredible. And if this is just hanging around outside the museum, I can't wait to get inside. Check this bad boy out, right? No homo, but look, they've even done a little nip, haven't they? Look at that. Look at the detail. And it's the little tiny things like the ribs here. You can touch this one. Belly button. The detail on this bad boy is incredible. Obviously the arm's not quite right. And just look at the back. This is obviously like a sort of towel sort of thing, toga he'd have around him. And look at the detail on that. And again, the size of this. The amount of detail that's gone into that, it does look like if they cleaned it up a bit, it would be like folded ribbons. That's fascinating, that is. Sort of column. This one's from 3 BC, so 3 years before baby Jesus was born, this column was made. And it's made in the Ionic style, which is this up here. So that is Ionic. A simple way to remember it is the more complex the top, the longer the names. So there's Ionic and Corinthian and something else. So I'm not the best tour guide, but there you go. Fantastic. Look at the detail on this bad boy. 3 years before the baby Jesus was born. Wow. Obviously people have nipped a bit off it, but that is... What an absolutely fascinating place. So here was the running track that we saw, and then this was the 2 statues of the new leaders. Over here was where they put all the statues, which we've just seen in the previous photo. Here it is again. Here was the Temple of Zeus, which was knocked down in an earthquake, and in there was a massive statue of Zeus, which no one can find, but I do believe someone probably nicked it. Then we go along around. This is that massive courtyard building, and in the middle, that's the swimming pool. So what an absolutely fascinating place, honestly. Welcome back. Well, that was an absolutely fantastic day at ancient Olympia. I didn't get a parking ticket, to be fair, didn't really look, but what I did get was a leaflet for shopping in the area. Amazing, they really had it all going on in ancient Olympia. I found that truly fascinating, and I've had dinner as well. I had a lovely bit of Slovakia, I think, Vega meats and some potatoes. So we just need to go to the shop, which is just this here on this corner apparently. I'll grab a few big bottles of water. There it is. Perfect. I'm going to steal this guy's space. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, that's that sorted. So I've got this massive bottle of water here, and then just hanging here I've got my beer and my other beer. I've got 2 beers, baby. Just gonna go sharp left here apparently. Sharp left here, bit of a right here. I've got a feeling this camping motorhome is going to where we're going. We just need to turn left here. Just following BMW's latest model. Right, let's see what a Greek campsite is like. Camping Diana, fantastic.
Take your tent first and you came after.
I'll sort it all now, yeah.
Go up, go,
yeah?
Go up and down, up and
perfect.
down.
Okay.
It's okay.
Brilliant. Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, hello. You join me in ancient Olympia, and we're at a campsite this time. Now, the only thing I didn't really think about was, obviously there's not going to be any grass, is there? Because grass doesn't grow in heat. It's 26 degrees today, and when I asked if they had any camping pictures on grass, he said no, it's only sort of gravel, because grass doesn't grow in the heat, which makes total sense. So let me show you around the campsite, but yeah, don't judge it too much. If you can see past the gravel, it's totally normal, and it's perfect setup, but it's not the best surface to camp on. But there we go, it's too late now, anyway I've paid for it. This was €8, something like that. So let me give you a quick tour. So there's the bike, not the bark, there's the bike, and there's my loo block, which is very helpful. And I'm just underneath these leaves, which is so sweet. So over there I've got my MacBook, just transferring the data from today. And then over here, I've got the camping area. Now please stick with me, because if you can just ignore this gravel and imagine it's on grass, it's perfect, but I just don't see anything wrong with it. So in here I've got my inflatable sleeping mat. Let me just bring up the, there you go, inflatable sleeping mat, pillow and sleeping bag, and then I just got all the bike stuff down the side really, and that's it. There's not much to say. There's electric at the bar, which is literally just over there. Oh, and you can't really see it, but just on the other side of the toilet block is the bar. So there's electric there, and there's Wi-Fi right here at the pitch, and there's electric there. My MacBook's fully charged. I've got loads of petrol. I've had dinner. There's nothing more I need, to be honest. It's about 20 degrees Celsius, so I am toasty, but just perfect temperature, I'd say. And yeah, these side boxes, really useful. I just took it off like a massive suitcase, and yeah, walked up to the pitch. I think the only thing that would make this better is if there was some grass. He did offer me to sleep on this grass over here, but he said it's just as stony, it's just got a bit of grass growing on it. So there we go, but no, spot on. I think my data transfer's finished, so I can pack the MacBook away, sit back and relax. But there we go, there's really not much more to report, to be honest. I'm probably going to head over to the bar, stick some stuff on charge, and that'll be about it. But here we go, this is my little campsite for the night, and I think it's the perfect way to end the day. Something different, and it validates me carrying the camping stuff as well. So there we go, everything I need. I've had 2 beers already. That's fantastic.
Good morning. What on earth has happened to my hair? I look like I've sort of shaved the sides. That's funny. Good morning. Welcome to the tent. First night camping on the trip. Really loved it. I think this probably isn't the best location because we've got both 2 cockerels and 2 dogs in the background. And they weren't here when I checked in, but they've suddenly appeared overnight and they are loud and they won't stop. Anyway, I also won't be taking that in with me. I took it off to use so I could just carry it to the camping pitch and just take everything out of it, but I should have just put it back on the bike. I don't know why I brought it in the tent with me. It's a bit weird. It's taken up premium space. Look, the roof sort of goes in. Anyway, good morning, welcome. I'm surprisingly perky. It's 8:30 Greek time, so 7:30 UK time, and yeah, we're going to have a look at waterfall, and then after the waterfall a bit more old Greek stuff. So let me just wake up properly and I'll see you soon. Did have to use my ensuite during the night, but to be quite frank, I need to do something now that you can't do in a bottle. So it's it's time to open up the tent.
Welcome. I'm a bit more awake now, and you join me in a lovely, peaceful, quiet Greek campsite. Now, it hasn't been this quiet all night. There was a cockerel and 2 dogs barking for a very long time. Anyway, I thought I'd just very quickly show you my camping stuff, and then I'm going to put it on the bike and we'll get going. Okay, so this all lives in my right-hand side box, which is the larger box. So the tent goes at the bottom, the camera just goes at the top. Then I've got my sleeping bag, which is in a sort of dry bag, which is these. And then I've got my inflatable pillow, my pump, and my air mattress. That's just my security lock, but it just lives in that box. And that's my drinking water. And then there's lemon. And then all my clothes live in this Oxford dry bag, which goes across the back of the bike. So that's what's going on there. I didn't take that chair with me. I borrowed it from the campsite, but all my bike gear goes on there, and I bring it in the tent with me at night. But generally, this is all I use for camping. Tent, sleeping bag, air pillow, pump, air mattress, and you don't really need to see those. All you need is those 4, but it helps to have a lemon and some water and some other stuff. So there we go, but that's a quick intro to my camping stuff. All goes in that box, and that goes on the back of the bike. So if you're curious what I use, then it's a Coleman Darwin 2, some old random sleeping bag, and then Trekology pillow, flex tail pump, and a UL80 sleeping mat. This is actually my second one. When all my bags fell off the back of my bike last time, it ripped a hole in this. So this is my new one, that's its first use. And then this is an ABUS D-lock. It's really good for locking through the front wheel, or through the front wheel and through your helmet, which is really, really useful for when you're going for a walkabout. This is one of those hydro flasks. I didn't pay £50 for it, but you can if you want to. I got it for free. So there we go. Show you around the campsite. So I have my tent set up there. It's very peaceful and quiet. I also have my cup and my sleeping bag liner that I forgot to use. A ratchet strap, don't know why, it's just in there. This is my camping gas stove, and then that's my gas bottle as well. So that will all be neatly lined up in this box, but I had to take some things out. So yeah, but that's what lives in there. All of that. And these little additions sort of hang around at the top. So let's pack up. Hello, welcome to day 18, I believe it is, and we are just here at the campsite now. It was really good fun actually, so I did enjoy that. Brilliant. There was my little pitch. So there we go. So the first stop today is a place called Neda Falls, which is a waterfall, and then after Neda Falls we're just going to follow the coastline down to Voliodikidla Beach, and then yeah, ancient Sparta. Now right, apparently we're turning left down there, but it's pretty clear it's no entry, so apparently so. No, it has figured it out. I don't think you can turn right. It says it's the T road. Oh, TomTom, why can't you just get it right sometimes? There we go, a pointless detour. It could have just told me to stay on that main road. And if I knew, I would have just ignored it. There we go. Still back on the same road. How pointless was that? Perfect. Yeah. As soon as I could do the job. Great, let's get the drone out. Let's get the drone out here and see how it feels about flying. Well, there was a petrol station along here, and I've just gone to reach for my water, which has never fallen off in 18 days, and it's not there anymore. The whole thing's gone. So I have a small bit of water in my black water bottle in my pannier, but of course that's not a lot left in that one. And knowing there was a petrol station just around here, I'm just going to pop in there, and I'm also going to see if they've got any snacks, because of course I haven't really had breakfast, and it would be quite nice to have a little snack. So here it is, Silk Elf, and just in here, hopefully they've got a little shop. That would be perfect. Doesn't look like they do, so right. Oh no, they've got a fridge. Okay, perfect. Right, let's just find somewhere flat to pull over here. And I've got no idea how, but it's 11:20 already. But again, I'm not really in a rush. I cannot believe how quick the morning goes. It literally just goes, woke up at 8 AM, cracked straight on with packing away the tent. And when I looked down, and when I was leaving the campsite, I thought, oh brilliant, I'm on for a 9 o'clock leaving. I looked down, 10:15 I left that campsite. What did I do for 2 hours and 15 minutes? This new tent takes about 2 seconds to pack away, and it truly does take about 2 seconds to pack away. It's quick. An absolutely amazing view there to our left. That just goes on forever. So it's one of those things, really. Ooh. I feel like I've timed my holiday right. The only sort of downside has been that sometimes you get to a cafe and it's been shut, or sometimes you get to a campsite and its swimming pool isn't open yet. But apart from that, I've seen no real notice that we're not in peak tourist season. And obviously the benefits are that it's been quieter as well. When I was in Cinque Terre, which is in Italy, there was a group of people, and I distinctly remember one man with a very grey ponytail and a really sort of like Scooby-Doo look to him. Anyway, I saw him yesterday. Anyway, so I got to ancient Olympia ruins yesterday, and I looked up and I looked over at this group of people, and it was the same group of people, and I thought, no, surely not. I'm sure it's just, you know, lots of tourists sort of dressed the same. But no, the guy with the grey hair, he looked at me and he smiled and he was like, hello? And it's definitely the same guy. So if I see them again, I know that we are on track to keep bumping into the same people. And it's a small world out here as well. Neda Falls, here we go. Oof. But yeah, so that's one mistake and one bit of advice I could pass on if you're thinking of coming to Spain, Italy, Greece, France, anywhere basically that isn't the UK. If you're coming to see an attraction in one of these European countries, drive right up to it, get as far as you can before you actually get to somewhere that says no motorbikes or no vehicles, and then just park there. Nobody cares, and as long as you're not in like a coach turning round space or a disabled bay, your bike will probably just be left untouched. So if I could give you a bit of advice, don't waste time walking from the car park like everyone else. Ride right up to what you want to see, stick your bike right by it, nobody seems to mind. And also, one bit of advice I would definitely do is take a lock for your helmet. If you don't mind leaving your helmet out, because one, nobody's really going to nick it anyway, and if you would feel better, stick a massive lock around it. I stick a massive lock around it because just on the off chance somebody goes, oh, that's a lovely £500 Arai helmet, I think I'll be having that. I don't want to be stuck with some €100 cheap scooter helmet to do the rest of the trip with. I want to have my lovely Arai helmet that I really like. But anyway, if I could give you two bits of advice, it's drive right up to the thing you want to see and park, and secondly, bring your helmet lock, or buy a helmet lock if you don't have one. Literally just one of those little numeric code ones would do the job, or get one with a little padlock on it, just something so you don't have to carry it round. Another thing I saw that was quite a good idea was that someone had put a long flexi chain through the arms of their jacket and chained it to the bike. Now that's a great idea, but my passport lives in my jacket, so I don't want, so does my wallet, my phone and my keys and my tracker fob and all the rest of it, so I don't want to leave the jacket for me personally, because the jacket is like a massive pocket, and I would rather take the jacket off and just sort of carry it around, because again, you're not going around these places for hours. Oh my goodness, that's not what you expect to pop out. Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? God, that one's massive. Look at the size of that. That's ginormous. Who's feeding that one? And not like fat either, that was one muscly boy.